another episode of Dose and a Half Cincos. This is episode number 94. This week we cover in our movie of the week, Pig. But before we get into it, as always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
So, guys, before we get into our movie of the week, Stu, did you finish Sopranos?
I'm getting close. I think I'm in the last season. But yeah, so getting there.
So
I did see a preview for it, so I was like, oh shit, I need to finish.
If you hadn't known that there was a movie about Tony Soprano's like kind of upbringing, when were you planning on seeing Sopranos? Because I know it was on your bucket list for a while.
Yeah, I don't know, just one of those things where it's just like, I don't know, it's on there, I'll get to it. So
thoughts so far? How does it rank in your pantheon of TV series?
Shows, TV series. It's pretty good. It has this weird thing where it seems like it starts a lot of arcs throughout the series that just kind of never get resolved or just abruptly get resolved. Yeah, just sort of ends. Which is brilliant. So I guess, what am I complaining about?
Yeah, if it works for them, maybe they're the reason why they're the originators of that.
Maybe, I don't know. But so far, so yeah, I guess that's my Sopranos update. But I do have another update for you.
Okay.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of long nights, sleepless nights. But I finally did it. I'm finally the proud father of a PlayStation 5.
Woo! Congratulations.
We got it.
Yep. All right, where did you get it from this time?
I got it from Amazon? A guy who was behind the Walmart. He's in the alley. He only charged me like $2,300 for it. So it wasn't all that bad.
Stu, I'm looking at eBay and literally all of the scalpers are charging like half of that.
Yeah, but see, like, this guy, you just don't get it, David. This guy, like, he has, like, the connections, like, so that I know that's, like, a real one, not, like, a fake.
Yeah, that's right.
Not Sorny or, whatever.
Okay. No,
I got it from the PlayStation store. I waited.
Oh, you got through the queue.
Like a good boy.
I waited. Chosen.
Yeah.
I've ascended now.
The claw.
What games do you have for it now?
I literally just took it out of the box right before this, so nothing.
Well, let's wrap this crap up. Yeah, what are you doing here?
See you next time, guys. Bye.
Yeah, God. Wait,
this does pose
your Reiki Masters.
This does pose a bigger question now, because
what is that?
I need to hook it up to my TV out in the living room, but the problem is I feel like I need to move the couch closer to the TV now. So now I got to rearrange my whole living room around this PS5.
Wow.
Well, I don't see what other piece of furniture that you could have gotten recently that would cause for you to have to rearrange your entire life besides a PlayStation 5.
Right? That's the only thing.
You've been waiting for that thing since the PS4.
How long has it been out, Yao?
It's been out, Yao, for about a year.
Yep.
God damn it. This is just like PS4. Although PS4, I was just dragging my feet. Not that it was unavailable.
Is there... I mean, Ben, you're a proud owner of a PS5. I know you paid $5,000 for it, but what... worth every penny. I keep going back to them. All the games, they're $100 a piece. How could I go wrong? Is there any games that are absolute must-have on PS5?
Like that are PS5 exclusive?
Correct.
I would say right now that I've heard that well,
does Cyberpunk even run on PS5 like any better than PS4?
It's up-res from 4 and apparently
but it's still shitty.
Yeah.
No, it's less shitty.
Marginally better. Whatever. I heard that Ratchet and Clank was okay, but I'm not really into Ratchet and Clank, so I can't really speak to that.
I was telling my brother I felt obligated to get that just because it's like one of the last like few IPs from like not PS1,
Sony only,
PS2. Yeah, it's like so. Like I feel obligated, even though I never played any of the other ones?
They're pretty good. I like the one that was on PS3. I never played the one on 4. Never got around to it.
But it's like, man, I feel like ever since PS1, there was always like some title that was.
There was always a Crash Bandicoot. There was always a Gran Turismo of some sort.
There was like Jack and Dexter or something.
Yeah, they don't do that no more. But yeah, I would say maybe check that out. But I did check out Returnal, which is a game kind of similar to Hades in the sense that, it's featured, it focuses on runs, and every run, you get different power-ups and everything's randomized and everything, the only issue I had with the game was I felt the runs
motion sickness. Okay.
No, besides the motion sickness, which was tolerable, might I add. The runs were very, very long. It's not like Hades where it's like you like can expect
20 to 30 minutes.
Like like a run could take like a few hours, and just like, oh shit. And there's not
you
really
have to stop, or
I'm so glad I got this catheter put in.
Can you save? Nope, you're in it now.
There's no saving. The only thing you could do is literally put it into rest mode, and
that's kind of whack.
Yeah, it is really whack, and you can't really rely on that. What happens if your power goes out, or your system gets updated? There's a lot of things that happen. So
you would have to return
to
the system.
Wow. I mean, I haven't played a lot of those roguelike games, but having runs last for hours doesn't seem like a good thing.
No, it doesn't seem that great. So
this is for my entertainment. Why does it seem like I'm punishing?
Like I gotta go. Like I got shit to do, but I'm stuck here now.
But it was pretty fun. Although, like, I did kind of rage quit because at some point it got like way too difficult, and investing hours at a time just for you to lose, it doesn't feel very good.
That's not a good. Yeah, because like. I mean, my only other experience with roguelike is Hades, and like if I was spending like hours on a run just to fail at the end, I'd fucking murder someone.
Yeah, and it's not like Hades where at least you get some sort of character interaction or something. You don't really get anything. You just wake up and just like, oh, time to do it again. Just like.
Okay. What have you guys heard about Deathloop?
I got that one.
For that.
I was actually playing a little bit.
That was the game I was gonna get like first because it seemed like that's like the only big title. I was gonna get the Miles Morales Spider-Man, but I was gonna ask you, Ben, is that similar? Is the gameplay similar to like the Spider-Man game that they released before that? It is
almost exactly the same.
Okay, cool, because that game was awesome. So
yeah, but the only problem is like it's not like a full fleshed out game. It's pretty damn short.
That fucking shit.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
You can just rent it.
Gamefly, yeah,
that's still a thing.
Shout out to our sponsor, Gamefly.
They're what?
Redbox. PS5. Redbox.
Shout out to your public library.
Has it been out for that long that it's in there?
But Deathloop is pretty good. I'm still playing it right now. I don't know if I'm too far into it to really speak about like the actual depth about it, but everything is pretty cool.
It's
like
the
mechanics
Bethesda
of it.
game, right?
Huh?
It's Bethesda?
Yeah, it's Bethesda, and I can't remember the other company that did it, but they did things like Dishonored, if you ever played that. Okay. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Combat's pretty fun. Shooty stuff is pretty fun. Stealth is pretty fun.
Arcane Studios.
Arcane, that's what it was. And one of the things I really like about it is kind of has that like Hades charm where every time you start a loop or something, there's like just an infinite amount of dialogue that just spouts out between the characters, and your characters are pretty funny. They're just talking shit on each other the whole time. It's great. It's just like, hey, are you gonna die again? I'm just like, shut the fuck up. It's pretty good. I definitely recommend it so far. And I haven't even gotten to the mode where you like, because the whole thing is you're a character trying to like break out of this cycle, right? But then there's this other character that comes out and hunts you down. And you could play as either of those characters. So you could be the person that's invading another person's game. And I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Oh, so it's like a Souls game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everything's a Souls game. Everything.
Yeah. Here's my presentation on why everything at heart is just a Souls game.
Souls with a $sign for an S.
Wow.
Okay. What about you, Ben? Did you, I should have let Stu go last since saved the best for last. Well, I guess Ben, we could just skip over. There's nothing.
You already did. You saved the best for last. Thank you,
Fine,
Dan, for
Ben,
that great introduction.
What animes did you watch this time?
Yeah.
You know, I don't really appreciate those kind of condescending, accusations. Every time it's like, oh, wait, Ben, what kind of anime did you watch?
Speed Racer again.
That's not anime. That's a live-action movie by the Wachowskis. And by the way, they are coming out Matrix 4. Well, one of them's coming out in Matrix 4, and I can't wait to see what kind of Speed Racer references are nestled deep inside. But yeah, I took some time.
Matrix 1 through 3 is just an allegory for Speed Racer.
It really is. Each one represents each act of Speed Racer. We have the first where he finds out he's the one, the one that's going to beat the racing. And then the second act where he can control the racing. And then the third one where he sacrifices himself and dies for racing.
Oh, dear. Okay. All right, Ben, what did you see this week?
I watched the original Ghost in the Shell.
What? I knew it.
If you said that any other week, it wouldn't matter. But no, I watched the original Ghost in the Shell this week.
Well, it's like I have an 80% chance of hitting it on the head. So.
I watched the original Ghost in the Shell in IMAX this week. All right. And
did Joe go with you?
No, Joe did not go with me.
TFTI from Joe.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was
hurt for Joe.
Hey, this one was my idea. This was actually Letty's idea, which was interesting. She was
still
just
hurt for Joe because I'm pretty
no
sure
one cares
Letty
about Joe.
Him, but
no one
you said
cares
no.
about Joe. I don't mean
I'm pretty sure
I
Joe
mean
holds
Joe.
Letty on a higher standard than you, Ben. So I'm sure he's going to be pretty hurt by this.
Yeah, I'm sure they're already texting about it.
I'm texting him right now.
We went to go see it because, Letty just saw an ad for it, and she's like, "Hey, you want to go see this?" I'm like, "All right," and it has been a while since I've seen Ghost in the Shell, and I honestly could not tell you what the plot was. Like, that's how long it's been since I've watched it. So this is a good refresher.
Something about being naked and ripping spider tank heads off or something.
Well, she didn't get to do that because she wasn't strong enough.
Oh, that's right.
Spoilers. Although she did try very, very hard to the point where all her muscle, she tore her own arms off trying to do it. So that was cool. That was really fucking cool. Yeah, the movie still holds up. The only thing I don't think really worked was we watched it in IMAX. And have you guys ever seen a foreign language film in IMAX? Like with subtitles?
Were the subtitles all blurry?
No, they were crisp. They're crystal clear, except
giant.
They took up half the screen.
They didn't take up half the screen. They're just all the way the fuck at the bottom.
Oh,
so you can't even see everything.
You literally have to crane your neck to see.
Yeah,
what.
And it has been a while since I watched Ghost in the Shell. I honestly forgot how much talking there was in the movie, especially a lot of philosophical shit. And it's just like. Well,
forgot about all of his Japanese and his anime class.
You want us to have things animated during these scenes?
Stop having action and talk. Stop. That's how it was. It was not only that, but the dude in front of me, I don't know why, there were only 10 of us in the movie theater. And the one motherfucker had to sit in front of me who just leaned forward really far so that I couldn't see the fucking subtitles. And I actually had to look around him.
So Ben retaliated and then sat right next to him.
I'm supposed to be the one with the negative movie theater experiences.
Oh, welcome to Stu's Soapbox featuring Ben. All right, there. I gave you a little shout out. So, movie still held up really well. It was.
Why didn't you just watch the dub?
Hey, I wanted to watch dub, but Letty chose the showing, so I had
Way to go, Letty.
I know.
I hope your neck is fine.
But yeah, so we got out of that, and I was like, damn, that was pretty good. But I thought I was having it kind of too well, So we went back, and for my next movie night, it was my choice. So I chose
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Got it.
I chose the Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
I don't know why you get upset about this weird stuff. It's just common knowledge.
I really don't appreciate his condescending accusations.
I think it's one of those things where he knows what he is, but he hates that he likes it.
Hey, I don't appreciate this. I don't appreciate being called this anime weeb piece of shit. So anyways, in this anime movie,
in this anime weeb piece of shit that I watched.
I have never seen any of the Yu-Gi-Oh movies, and there are two of them. And I watched this, and I'm like, all right, like what the fuck is going on? And it was only like I think 50 minutes. It was 50 minutes. It wasn't even a full fucking movie.
That's an extended
it's like 2 episodes.
It really was. And it was about like them traveling through time to meet all the other Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists. They all join up and they all beat like curb stomp one dude.
I'm pretty sure the only reason why anybody went to that was because they were giving out a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No, it was actually the Great Sphinx, the Sphinx of Light, and I can't remember the third card. But you're a dumb piece of shit, David. So stop talking about David, things you don't know.
Oh wait, but I thought you didn't know what they were, Ben.
I don't. Anyways, moving on. After that movie, I thought I was still having it too well, so I watched the next Yu-Gi-Oh movie.
Life's just too good right now.
Punishment, dude.
And it was worse than the first one because at least the first one was just 50 minutes of them playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Dark Side of Dimensions?
Yeah. This one, Dark Side of Dimensions, had a whole bunch of exposition bullshit of them like just chasing each other and like trying to explain their backstory and shit. No, I just want them to play fucking cards. I want you know what the best part of that movie was? Like fucking did you guys ever watch the show or know anything about the show?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for David, you know Kaiba, you know Seto Kaiba.
Yeah, the guy
this dude,
White Dragons.
This dude is so obsessed with Blue Eyes White Dragon. He in this movie has leather garments that look like Blue Eyes White Dragons. They're strutting them around. He is flying around in a jet that looks like a Blue Eyes White Dragon. He has a fucking space station. I don't know why he has a fucking space station, but
he owns Kaiba Core. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but why does he need that? And
why does anybody need anything?
The space station spells his fucking initials.
SK?
Yes.
Sasuke?
No.
Yes.
SK as in Seto Kaiba.
He literally went up there to play card games in space.
You just named one of the wasn't this the plot of Moonraker?
Yes, without the card games. Or was it with the card games? I can't remember. But yeah, it was. That's all I wanted to see. Oh, and at the end of the fucking movie, he was so obsessed with like fighting Yu-Gi-Oh! That he sent himself back in fucking time to fight him. And they end on a fucking Rocky 2 freeze frame shit. While he traveled back in time.
Because he asked Stu really quick, should I ruin Ben's time right now?
Well,
because he only watched 2 movies. There are actually 8 Yu-Gi-Oh movies.
No, they're not. No, there are not. Nope.
Yu-Gi-Oh the movie. Pyramid of what is this one?
Pyramid
of Light.
Yeah.
Then there's Yu-Gi-Oh Bonds Beyond Time.
Yeah, I watched that one. Yep. Oh wait, yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh the Dark Side of Dimensions.
Yeah, that's one I watched.
There's Yu-Gi-Oh in Spanish. That's a separate movie. Yu-Gi-Oh GX. Yu-Gi-Oh 5DS. 5Ds.
That's
5Ds nuts.
Whoa.
And then Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal? Zexal.
Zexal, you piece of shit.
Oh, see, you do know more. Why did you only watch 2?
Moving on to the box office run.
No. Actually, it's interesting. One thing of note from these 2 movies. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Pyramid of Light only grossed $29 million, and they had a $20 million budget. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions only brought in $7 million and had a budget of, it doesn't even say. That's where it is.
Maybe they made their money back then.
No. I'm pretty sure they would proudly say that if that was the case. But yes, continue your little rant, Ben.
I think we've had enough
okay, good.
Anime for one day.
So this week, I watched a new Korean drama. It's actually kind of interesting. I would like to get your guys' take on it eventually at some point. It came out on Netflix. It's called Squid Games. Imagine Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a live action movie, live action TV show. But with
it's called MXC. Okay, we've all seen it.
Oh, fine, MXC with death as a consequence.
I mean, some of those people in MXC get rocked pretty hard. It might as well be death.
It turns like these. So essentially, the way it works out is they take these games just like MXC, but if you lose, you die. So I know it's kind of like a blend of MXC and Battle Royale. So there's 9 total episodes. I thought 6.5 of them were pretty good, and then the last 2.5 get kind of funky. But I wanted to get your guys' take at some point, so I would definitely encourage you guys to check that out. It just came out last week, so
what do you call someone who's like a weeb but for live action stuff? Because that's what David is.
A Korea boo.
I'm somebody's boo?
Yeah, Korea's.
For the fried chicken, hell yeah. Yeah, so that, but the only thing I have a problem with like foreign films, especially like Asian films in general, is why is it so difficult for them to be able to write English dialogue? Can't they just find somebody who knows English?
That's been like one of my business ideas is to just consult with Asian business owners to like, okay, let me look at your thing. As a native English speaker, I'll let you know if any of this sounds weird.
Yeah,
it was originally spawned from like Chinese restaurant menus and stuff, or like Chinese restaurant names. Where I'm like, let me just take a look, and no, you don't want to call it that. People will make fun of you in English.
Yeah, no, but like so, there's a portion in it. I think it starts in like the episode 6, halfway through episode 6. Everything was fine. I tried listening to the dub. It kind of didn't match. So I went back to, subtitles. And then in the middle of episode 6, there's no subtitles for some portions because the guy speaks English. The main character, fine. I understand. That one seemed fine. But then they brought in like these, well, I don't know if you guys are planning on watching it, but they bring in these like really rich white dudes, and then their dialogue kind of falls really flat, and it kind of ruined the whole. I was like, man, I would have really preferred it if they just ended the season after 6. Like, what's the point of doing the other English stuff?
I wonder if those actors were like cutting in the middle of their scene, looking at the director or whatever. Like, this is ridiculous. Nobody talks like this.
I don't know. So if anything, if you guys can do me a favor, if you want to check it out, I would say check it out. But if at least do me a favor, watch episode 6, or at least get to 6, and then tell me what it is that what I'm feeling when I'm like watching it. I'm like, I can't put my finger on why it's so awkward, or why does it kind of ruin the scene, I guess. What is it that they think that Americans or people who speak English say in VIP rooms that sound anything like that? I don't know if it did, or like if it will do it for you guys, but for some reason it just kind of. I got through episode 6, yes, and I was like, I have to
bring the hookers now to me.
Stu, did you write the dialogue? Because that is almost something. No, they didn't say that, but it's. But yeah, it just really threw me off. Well, hold on. My wife just told me actually it starts in episode 7. So start in 7. Yeah. So to me, I don't know what it is, why it's so difficult for Koreans to, or like Asian, like movies to have proper English dialogue, but it's just so off-putting that I was like, man, I was actually there was a lot of suspense throughout the entire series, and then they started talking, and I was like, dude, this is a joke. This ruined the whole thing.
It just reminds me of that. There's a clip of an anime where it sounds like the title of the video was when the anime fires the English voice actors, and it's just like the Japanese people trying to speak English. It's one of my favorite videos, but that's what it reminds me of.
So that was pretty much what I did over the weekend. I watched 6 really good episodes, and then 7 rolls around and falls so flat. But yeah, Squid Games. Check it out. I think it's actually pretty good up until episode 7, apparently. So, all right, guys, anything else before we jump over to box office rundown?
Nah.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, at number 1, no surprise for the 4th week in a row, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings with $21 million. Number 2, Free Guy with 5 million. Number 3, Cry Macho debuts at number 3 with 4.4 million. Number 4 is Candyman with 3.5. Malignant at 2.7 at number 5. Cop Shop debuts at number 6 with 2.3 million. Jungle Cruise is down from 5 to now 7 with 2 million. Paw Patrol. Sorry, Ben. Eventually, we're going to see this out of the top 10. 1.7 million.
Not until we watch it.
Yeah, don't, and then it'll go straight to number 1 again. Cinco's bump. Number 9, Don't Breathe 2, 671,000, and then number 10, The Eyes of Tammy Faye with 652,000.
What? Ooh.
Wait, what is that? Why ooh?
Oh, I was just kind of interested in seeing it. It's a Jessica Chastain and Andrew Garfield movie.
Okay. Falling out of the top 10, The Card Counter, Show Me the Father, and Respect.
Show me the Morty.
Eyes of... Okay. Guys, any thoughts on this box office rundown before we go to Cinco or Swimo?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Wow.
One thing I was gonna mention, or you reminded me during the your little list there. I did try watching Cry Macho. I don't know. It's not for me. I got like, I don't know, 30 or 45 minutes into it. I'm just like, I don't know about this, Clint. I don't know about this, Clint. It's not for me. So
it's not like Gran Torino style.
No. Well, so far it wasn't. So
okay,
Gran Torino.
I'll give it a try.
If you're going into Cry Macho expecting Gran Torino, I think you'll be disappointed.
I think Clinton or Clint Eastwood is kind of at the end of his career. You know, it's just Quentin Tarantino has kind of talked about that in his own career, where he doesn't want to end up making like the old man boring movies. You know, kind of run out of steam, and you just don't really have the energy for it anymore. Crap! I remember there was an interview with Matt Damon, actually, on the Hot Ones interview, which was actually pretty good. Where he was kind of talking about working with Clint Eastwood on Invictus. Did you guys watch Invictus?
I did, but I was like, this is not as entertaining as I thought it'd be.
Yeah, well, one of the things that Matt Damon was kind of harping on with it was he was really nervous doing it because Clint Eastwood is apparently very famous for doing everything in one take.
Oh shit!
Like, you don't get a second chance. And Matt Damon was especially nervous about this because he had to put on a South African accent, you know, and he wasn't very comfortable doing that. And so the first shot, he did something, and they'll cut. They're moving on, and he runs. Apparently, he said he runs over to Clint, and he says, "Hey, can we get another one on that?" And apparently, he said that Clint Eastwood had like the most scornful look. Just kind of looks at him. He says, "Why?"
And then he drew down on me with
yeah. You feel lucky, punk? Do you?
But I liked Invictus. I thought it was pretty good. But I think that has more to do with like script writing and the story behind it, right? Mm-hmm. The ragtag bunch who had no business being in the World Cup for rugby and winning kind of thing. So
yeah, but I do think that like Clint Eastwood is just running out of energy to even keep up with this. I mean, how old is he right now? He's like
91,
in his 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine my grandparents or something like directing 91. A movie.
I thought he would have been done after Gran Torino.
I know, and here we are. Like,
actually, I thought he'd be done after The Mule. Remember that movie that came out 3 years ago?
Yeah, no, but Gran Torino, I thought he would be done after that. You know,
that was like top
great.
Tier.
Yeah, Swan Song. Didn't he win Best Director?
Yeah,
for that,
I think so. And he, Best Picture, I'm pretty sure. And he even wrote the song for it, which was really cool.
Gran Torino.
Yeah, that was
Gran Torino.
You don't have to recreate it, David. That's what it sounds like.
Close.
Yeah, that was. Driving around in my Gran Torino.
I forgot to mention Ghost in the Shell 2021 4K remaster. Ben contributed to the $220,000.
No,
for number
$220.
$220.
And I contributed 200 of that.
Oh god. Anything else before we go to Cinco or Swimo?
can't even get your own bit segment right.
Well, it's because I'm preoccupied. Unfortunately, yesterday we also lost a comedy legend, Anthony A.J. Johnson. He played Ezel from Friday.
Who?
Ezel. He was the guy who ran away with the boxes halfway through the movie.
Look, if it's not like Ice Cube or Chris Tucker or
Ice Cube made a mention, said
dad
this guy
who
was
already
really good,
died, or the bully, or Felicia, then I don't know.
Okay. All right. Then we'll go ahead and move over to 5 or Swimo. All right. So there has been teasings of a new live action Rick and Morty. Christopher Lloyd has been casted as Rick, and Jaden Martell has been casted as Morty. Do you guys agree with those picks, 5 or Swimo?
I mean, obviously it has to be Christopher Lloyd because that's who Rick is based off of.
Correct. What about Morty?
Does Christopher Lloyd, is he going to have the energy for that?
Yeah, that's another thing.
If they shoot it one scene once a week, I think we'll be okay.
Who's the other guy?
Jaden Martell.
I don't know who that is. What else has he been in?
He has been in... Let me see what his IMDb page says. He has been in It, the 2017 remake, Knives Out, as the younger son.
He was like the alt-right kid.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can see him as a Morty.
Okay. Would you guys have preferred somebody else as Morty?
I don't know. I don't keep up with who like the child actors are these days. So.
Okay. All right.
I'm only concerned about Christopher Lloyd being able to have that energy.
What about so there were some suggestions that are being floated around. These are clearly rumors. Nothing's confirmed. But Jerry was being portrayed by Joe Lo Trujillo from
why don't they just get Chris Parnell?
Yeah.
I was thinking Ray Romano would be pretty funny in that. But he also might be a bit too big.
Just get to say all you need is Chris Parnell, Sarah Chalk, and what's her name? They could well, maybe not her, but definitely Chris Parnell and Sarah Chalk can play the parents,
Mom and Jerry and Beth.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the names being floated around are Jolo Trujillo for Jerry, Beth is Heather Graham, and then Summer is Maya Hawke. Do you think Jennifer Lawrence is too big for a Rick and Morty movie to play Summer?
Nobody's too big for that. She's probably too old.
Okay. But with the names that we mentioned, 5 or Swimo? I guess you can
just Rick and Morty or for the whole cast?
For the whole cast. I guess we'll do one for each. So obviously Swimo for Christopher Lloyd.
I'm Swimo for Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about Jolo Trujillo for Jerry?
I'm 5 for Beth and what's his name?
And Jerry.
Just because it's just have Sarah Chalk in, because they're both actors.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not just voice actors; they're actors. So just get them. They're of parent age.
All right. What about you, Ben?
5 for all of them.
Okay. Wow. Except for Christopher Lloyd, right?
No, 5.
Oh man.
Whoa. Hey, he's.
If this was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, that maybe he could pull it off. But
yeah, it's definitely kind of like watching those shorts, like the live action shorts. It just seemed like, man,
really forced.
Yeah, or he needs to get to bed, kind of.
Oh man, so it's kind of like watching Clint Eastwood play Rick.
Yeah,
he was good in Nobody.
But that it was his character though, right? It's
That's
like
true.
He's really old and tired, but it was funny because he still had the energy to kick your ass, you know. But Rick is all over the place. He's hyper energy, and he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. I don't think
maybe Christopher Lloyd has a partnership with Red Bull, and we can.
I think that might kill him.
No, that's why I said I'm kidding. Stop. All right. This one specifically for Stu. Diablo 2 Resurrected releases this week. But now that you have a PS5, Cinco or Swimo?
What is it like? Get it on PS5? Is
no,
it on console?
Yeah, I guess. Are you planning on playing that?
Not on console. But yes, I do plan on playing that.
I know that you played the demo, so did that make you more interested in it or less interested?
I mean, yeah, the demo was so far. I mean, from the beta, it was pretty much as you would hope. It's this exact same game except with updated graphics, and it looks like, I don't know if it was just a feature in the beta, but you can just switch back and forth between like the old graphics and the new graphics, which is pretty cool.
That's a thing. That'll probably be like that. What about you, Ben?
Is there the Abstano?
Abstano.
Are you Captain Insano from Waterboy?
Yes.
All right, that's the third one. So if you want to abstain, you have to say Insano. Okay. Abstano. All right. Fast and Furious is finally going to space, presented by Star Wars. Oh, presenting Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, to be exact. Sung Kang is saying that his character is going to be in the new Star Wars movie.
His character or just him?
Like he has a character. He's playing a character in Star Wars. So, Cinco or Swimo for Sung Kang in the Star Wars universe.
Who's this? Obi-Wan? What?
Yeah, he's
no. So it's an origin story, kind of like the Han Solo movie. So Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi has Sung Kang in it. I don't know what character he hasn't said what character he's playing.
I thought Ewan McGregor was playing.
No, he's not playing Obi-Wan.
Sung Kang is going to be Obi-Wan.
What?
Stop confusing him. He's in the movie.
Ewan
There's
McGregor
so many K
is
sounds going on. I can't keep up.
Hayden Christensen is going to be George Lucas.
Wait, okay.
There's a new movie coming out, Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sung Kang is in that movie with an untitled character so far.
Is that a Mortal Kombat character?
Sung Kang is the guy who was in Fast and Furious as Han.
Okay,
why don't you just say that then?
Oh, okay. The guy from
wait, Han is going to be in Star Wars.
Han is in Star Wars.
Wait, can they bring him back to life with the Force or
Cinco or Swimo?
Holy shit! Drifting pod racing. Yeah, holy shit!
Okay,
the Drift
I'm gonna
King.
go with Swimo for Ben. Unless there's no pod racing, then it's gonna be really Cinco.
Drift King of Tatooine, baby.
All right, so it came out this week that Zack Snyder's Justice League, when it hit Blu-ray for the last 3 weeks, is actually outselling the number 2 movie in America, which is Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, 5-1. So there's rumors that it's now forcing Discovery to return the Snyderverse. So, Snyderverse, Cinco or Swimo?
Wait, what does the Discovery Channel have to do with this?
No. Discovery, HBO, like Warner Brothers, that's one entity now.
Is Discovery like the main component of that?
That was what the article was saying.
How is Discovery made more money?
Autobahn, man.
Wait, what? Wait, so Discovery Channel is now going to show this.
I think it's called Discovery Warner Media. It's a yeah.
You mean the channel we all hated when we were kids?
Wait, why does it own that now?
Warner Brothers. No, it's called Warner Brothers Discovery. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay, that makes more sense.
They're getting absorbed now. They're becoming one gigantic.
I thought after they released the Snyder the actual cut of Justice League, I thought it was like, okay, this is more. This probably would make more sense to continue on like this.
Well, there was. The thing with that is that right after they released it, there was a bunch of people on Twitter that were requesting for it, and apparently Zack Snyder said that Warner Brothers had shot it down because they were like, oh, fine, we're going to give the people what you guys have been asking for. Now shut up. But because they released it on Blu-ray, they can't ignore the fact that it's actually generating numbers now at this point. So that's why there's a rumor that there will be the return of the Snyderverse because it seems like a lot of people want that.
I don't think it's going to happen.
You don't think so? So it's Cinco for you, huh?
I think it's too much of a pride issue at this point. There's so many interviews and so many stories that have come out because of this movie that have just shown that the Warner Brothers executives don't know what they're doing, and they're too proud to admit that they just don't know what to do with the DC properties, you know?
But if they release it, they give him, autonomy to be able to do what he wants. I mean, it's kind of hard for you not to say, all right, dummy, if you release this movie, you guys are going to make $400 million. It's kind of hard to ignore that, right?
I don't know. Some people are that proud.
Nobody's that dumb.
I mean, Konami.
But then there's also Warner Brothers. Okay.
I mean,
yeah. So interest clearly, obviously, would be Swimmo for both of you. But Ben, you don't think it's going to happen? There's not enough pressure for that?
I don't think so, no.
What about you, Stu?
I mean, it's the only way I think that DC can continue and even be remotely successful.
I agree. Okay. And then the last one for the segment is the Los Angeles Lakers have a new jersey sponsor. It's no longer Wish. It is now BB-Go.
Woo!
Wait,
All right,
you like BB-Go, Ben?
They're giving away dumplings at games. Let's go.
Are they really?
I don't know.
What kind of shady Chinese marketplace is this now?
Excuse me. BB-Go is actually a Korean fast food chain that serves bibimbap.
And so my question is why do the Lakers have like the most obscure sponsorships?
Well, because their sponsorships are incredibly lucrative. This sponsorship is for 5 years for $100 million. That's what it costs to get yourself on the Los Angeles Lakers jersey. But if you don't have your name on the back, you can put your logo on the front.
I literally have never heard of this thing before. How could they possibly have the money? Just like Wish. It's like, how could you possibly have paid them to be on the jersey?
I'm pretty sure BB-Go is pretty popular enough to be able to come up with $100 million.
Of all the times I've been up and down the aisles at a ranch market, I've never seen this before.
It's in the frozen section, I think, right?
And they sell it at Costco, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And definitely it's sold at H.
They got that Costco money now.
Okay. Yeah, those memberships add up.
Here's your membership and your free bag of dumplings.
Why do some people have like not cool, but like, like some
the Cavaliers have like Goodyear.
Yeah, or is like, where do we get these fucking random ass?
It's because they're regional, and I guess since California, Los Angeles is so multicultural, you can put whatever you want.
Yeah, but it seems like even though like in that case, even Korean is kind of a narrow subset of that population.
I don't think dumplings are specifically for Koreans only. I mean, I'm looking at their website. Their ad shows a multicultural group enjoying the pocket.
Look at the diversity in this video.
They're enjoying hot pockets. Do Koreans even have hot pockets?
No, they do. They're hot off the pot. Stickers. Hot pocket. Okay, all right. We're spending too much time on this.
I say Cinco.
I say
That's not an option, Ben. You can't have that many options. You have Cinco, Swimmo, Abstano, Insano, and now what the hell?
I'm willing to bet this chapstick on my desk that Ben has never even had one of these things before.
Well, give me that chapstick, because he's right.
Wait, no, that's not how it works.
I win.
As long as it smells and tastes like karage, I'll put it on my lips. No worries.
That's not even Korean.
Actually, David, the word karage derives from kara, which means something in Korean, I'm pretty sure. So yolk's on you. I don't know why I said yolk.
The yolk in your
hot
tofu
movie of the week this week
is on you.
Yolks.
That hot tofu soup that they just crack a raw egg into, that's on you.
Shit, let's go get that. You want to go get that?
I mean, I could get some sundubu, but leave out the cracked raw egg in it.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah. Let's go get that. Yeah, fuck this podcast. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Screw the movie of the week this week. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's go ahead and move over to our movie of the week this week, Pig. I'll just get through this really quickly. All right. Rob Feld is as happy as a pig foraging for truffles deep in the Oregon forest until one night a group of masked robbers attacks Rob and his prize foraging pig and take her. He would do anything to have her back, but will it be enough to get back his pig? All right, Ben, thoughts on Pig?
It's an interesting movie because I feel like it kind of sets you up for these expectations of what the movie is going to be, and it constantly does that. It just like strings you along the whole time, like, all right, when's it gonna happen, it's like I don't want to spoil anything, which is the problem, but it kind of made me feel like something was going to happen. It was building towards something, and it doesn't. It completely like just subverts that and kind of turns you on your head. And it's
Ben, what you're talking about is you go into a Nick Cage movie expecting a Nick Cage experience, and that was not what you got.
Almost, kind of, yeah. I mean, Nick Cage definitely acted the shit out of this movie. It was really, really good on his part, and he's got a great supporting cast. I'm very surprised that you actually watched this, Stu, because Alex Wolff is in this movie, and
the guy from
Hereditary.
No, he was the guy from Green
Hereditary.
Knight.
Oh my god,
Green Knight.
No, god damn it, no, god.
Jumanji. Jumanji.
Yes.
He was in Green Knight and he was in Hereditary.
No,
right?
he was no.
Slumdog Millionaire.
The guy from Green Knight was in Slumdog Millionaire.
No, Alex Wolff is in Slumdog Millionaire. All right, Ben, what's your rating for Pig?
I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Stu, I know it's been, 3 weeks since you've seen this. Did you rewatch it for our review this week?
Yeah, right, David.
Okay. All right, Stu, what were your thoughts on Pig at the time?
Well, at the time, and even if I watched it now, it would be very positive thoughts. It's one of those things where I know we were kind of joking around about Nick Cage movies in the past, where it's like he seems like he goes for quantity over quality. Mm-hmm. But this was one of those instances where it's like, man, this is a good ass movie. It's not. I thought it had a lot of like interesting mystique to it. Like it's kind of like building up this like kind of world around him that's like you want to kind of know more of, but you just kind of get like tastes of it. But
speaking of taste,
but it was definitely up there. For me, I would definitely give it like I was gonna say 9, but maybe like an 8.5.
Okay.
8, 8.5, whatever.
Well, for me, I think this movie was. It's been a long time since I've seen a Nick Cage movie, even though I know he releases one pretty much every
quarter.
Yeah. Every quarter, every quarter seasons. Of every year.
Every fiscal quarter.
I'm looking at it and like, when does this guy rest? Like he has a movie almost every other week coming out. It seems
when he's
like.
Dead.
Yeah. So apparently, Nick Cage says that he's not planning on stopping making movies, and I think this is definitely as long as he keeps kind of venturing out away from the typical Nick Cage movie, I think I'd be more interested to see him definitely again. So for me, I can't help but think that. Do you think Nick Cage could play a young Rick, possibly?
What is your obsession with this?
I want to know. I just want to know. Okay,
you really want live actor Rick and Morty? What is this? Why?
It's just cause.
I don't know. I feel like Nick Cage might just be too slow. I don't know. I'm picturing Nick Cage or Rick being played by someone who's fairly
energetic,
nimble.
Okay. Well, so for me, for this movie, tangent aside, he did a fantastic job in this, and kind of like what Ben was saying before, this kind of put things. It took whatever concepts I would think that Nick Cage pretty much put in every single one of his movies, and they flipped it over, and he knocked it out of the park. So for me, this one's definitely 9 out of 10. So I know we're
finally
short on.
We're in agreement on a movie for once.
Well,
We'll wait
because I
until
was
next
surprised.
week.
I was surprised Ben didn't give it like a 3 because there wasn't, anime robots. Or...
Ben's the wild card.
I've only said that like once, maybe once.
You say that every movie needs pod racing. Almost every other review.
Do you see me giving out 10s every now and then? No? Maybe it's because some people need to get their head out of their ass and put some fucking pod racing.
It doesn't even need to be pod racing. They just need to mention the thought of pod racing. It would be really cool if we were
the word
racing
pod
pods.
and racing needs to appear in the same sentence.
Hey, let's cut the foreplay.
This pea pod is making my heart race. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Pod racing reference. All right. We'll go ahead and go over to our spoiler zone. Since we're running short on time, Stu, I'll start off with you.
All right. So I think one of my favorite parts about this movie, because it's very in line with how I feel personally, was when he is confronting the chef who hired the people to steal his pig. Actually, no, sorry, not the. He's confronting the chef who knows who stole his pig. Or whatever.
I knew this was going to. I fucking knew it. I bet Stu is going to talk about this specific scene because of just what they're doing in it. I fucking bet. And I won that bet. All right, David, send me a chicken sandwich.
You heard him, David.
Okay, here it comes from Taco Bell, chicken sandwich taco.
Hey, I'll try it.
Get him one from AM PM. He likes those.
No, get him from the.
Although I'm curious as to what as to why exactly Ben predicted
Chef
this. But
Finway is
the
name. Yep.
I think I know why. But anyways, just because it was so just like delicious for me to see like this guy who's Nick Cage, who's by this point in the movie is like a renowned chef from the area, and just to see him just kind of dunking on this high culinary like concept bullshit that people do. What do they call it? Gastronomy.
Yeah. Whatever.
Like it was just so delicious for me for him to see that, because just to like him to be like, didn't you want to open a pub or something? It's like, yes. And then he's just like, the guy's just kind of like just breaking down in front of him. Just
none of this is real.
Just because like, I just think that stuff just in real life is just so delicious. Pretentious. So it's just
hot. It's called hot cuisine, spelled HAUTE cuisine.
Like hot yoga? What?
I don't know.
No, like hot, like
so hot. That's so hot right now.
Hot. Oh my god, that cuisine is so hot right now. But that was like my favorite scene. But just in general, I felt like the movie it reminded me kind of like John Wick, in the sense where it's like there's this world around him that you don't really get a lot of insight to, but you just get little bits and pieces of it, like who he once was as a chef. What was he doing in that homeless fight place? Like apparently that's like a thing.
Yeah, fucking
Underground
chef
fight club.
Underground homeless chef fight club.
Except it's like the opposite, like people just wail on you.
Yeah, but that was like the kind of the intrigue, the mystique I was referencing there, where it's like, man, what is this world that he exists in, or that he left behind? I want to know more about that. I want to see cut flashbacks of Nick Cage in the kitchen. But that was kind of like my favorite thing about this movie.
What about you, Ben?
So definitely what I was talking about, like with subverting the expectations. It wasn't so much that I was expecting, Nick Cage to just start screaming out and just like pulling his hair out and just like stamping around or something. It's more of like the setup for the movie was what Stu said. It felt very much like almost like John Wick, because you're getting like amazing world building, and we get this revenge plot essentially, where Nick Cage is on like this mission to find his pig, kind of similar to John Wick. His dog died, and now he's just out to get those people. And at every turn, I'm expecting him to just go full berserk and just start wailing on these people, because like, you met the junkies. You know without a shadow of a doubt, these are the people that took your pig. He doesn't do anything. He just keeps going. He keeps going. And finally, we get to the climax of the film, and even when I can't remember his name, but the guy's dad, you know, he breaks down and admits to him that the pig died, you know, even at that his most vulnerable, even when he is like when he has nothing left to lose, he just walks away, you know, he just leaves. And I think it was really interesting because I think like the whole film was like, you know, it was setting up for you, the audience, to experience some sort of payoff for revenge or something, and it never really gets to that point. And in fact, it turns the other cheek. You know, it just shows that Nick Cage, you know, his character, what was it, Robin, right? Rob Feld. You know, he isn't that type of person. You know, he was very caring, even though he has this grim, grisly like demeanor to him. You know, he actually cared about a lot of things, and it just goes on to show his kind of character. And like it was it's very much like the opposite of John Wick. You know, he's just out on a mission to like help people or something, you know. But I think my favorite point in the film had to be when he fucking ratatouille'd like his
dad.
The guy's dad. He fucking ratatouille'd him.
Holy shit! He's going for the ratatouille.
Oh, he's got the mouse in his hair. He's doing it. Holy shit! Like, I didn't expect to like it so much. I did ding it a few points just because, although it was really good, you know, I think this is like the guy's first feature film, and you know, there are some rough edges to it, but it was overall a very, very, very good film. I can't wait to see the next thing this guy puts out.
Nick Cage or the director?
Both.
Yes.
Yes.
They need to partner up again. For me, I really can't just pinpoint one thing. I feel like every interaction that you see, right, the fight scene, everything hints at who Rob used to be. And I am just like Stu, I'm very curious to see. I want to see more of that. I wish they kind of delved into it. This movie was only what, an hour and a half? It seemed really short.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half.
Yeah, so they could have expanded a little bit more, but I feel like there's this grittiness that kind of pervades throughout the entire movie, and you have this expectation, like you were saying, Ben, that like he's just gonna go ape shit at some point and then just start killing people. But he never does that, and I guess it's just because he was extremely violent in his past, and that's what happened. But you really don't get to really delve into it too much. But I think that would have been really good to kind of see. That would have probably given him a little bit more array. But I really thought it was subtle in certain aspects, and I think that's probably the best feature of this film is just the nuance and I think my favorite scene is probably going to be the night after, the day after he gets his like head bashed in essentially, and the guy Amir makes breakfast, and then he just tells him about this thing about how, you know, it's eventually the Earth is going to erode into the ocean, and then the last thing is he gives him a tip about how to make French toast to use day old bread.
Yeah,
and then bread. It kind of ends.
I've never heard that, and I need to try it.
Yeah, see stale.
Oh bread. Yeah, it's a little bit more stale. It soaks up more of the milk and stuff like that. So I was like, whoa, that was actually. It's almost kind of like this is his personality that Ben's kind of alluding to, which is, you know what, he probably was really violent back in the day, but he just wants to help. He just wants his pig back because it's just him and his pig. So why are you getting
not violent? He was like a Gordon Ramsay type where he just shits all over everybody in the kitchen.
Well, yeah, because the guy that you were talking about that ran the gastronomy place, Chef Finway, worked for him. What he said, 2 months because he kept screwing up the pasta. He kept screwing up something, right?
The pasta,
yeah. So.
And the guy at the Fight Club, I think it's kind of hinted that everyone knows him and they all hate him for a reason, right?
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
And they wanted to, you know, I'm guessing from just the context clues that it's an area where like other restaurant workers can go in, pay money to beat up somebody that in the restaurant business that they don't like.
Oh, because you saw a lot of joy in the guy that was beating up on Cage, right?
I mean, there had to be some familiarity to it. That's what I got out of it.
He even went over the minute mark, and the guy was just like, "Yeah, just keep going."
God damn, I hate this guy to his core, but fuck, he can cook.
Yeah.
Don't hurt his hands, because you need his hands
or his brain.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Before we go ahead and wrap this one up,
I've noticed that a couple of last Nick Cage movies I've seen, there seems to be this thing where I don't know if it's a prerequisite or a perquisite for Nick Cage, but there seems like there has to be a muscle car involved.
Camaro this time?
Yeah, this time it was Camaro. I think it was a Camaro in another movie, or maybe a Challenger. But I've noticed that it's been kind of a theme. Not really a theme. It's only been like 2 or 3 movies, but yeah.
Was there a muscle car in Color Out of Space?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
Okay,
but there was one in
Mandy.
Mandy, and then there was one in this goofy horror, like not horror movie, but it was what's it? He made there was like a movie that was like Five Nights at Freddy's at Home, but yeah, I forgot what it was called. But he was driving around in a muscle car in that one.
Maybe like muscle cars.
I mean, maybe I think he might be like a car enthusiast because of his whole Gone in 60 Seconds thing.
Before that, didn't like cars. After that, can't help himself around Eleanor.
Can't get enough of them.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Guys, movie of the week next week. Any suggestions? Is anything coming out?
I don't think so.
I thought you had something queued up for this. So I was like, oh, okay, they got it.
I didn't this week.
Oh, boy.
Candyman.
All right, Candyman it is.
Woo!
Stu, you okay with that?
I guess, if there's nothing else.
There's really nothing else that's coming out this week.
Yay, horror movies. Woo!
Shouldn't we wait till October for that?
Because we're watching Halloween, the last pumpkining, or whatever it's called.
I don't think that's what
the final pumpkin.
The final pumpkin.
Okay,
Halloween.
whatever.
The house with the full-size
Halloween.
candy
It's called Halloween Kills. Sorry.
Wasn't the last Halloween movie supposed to be the last one?
No, this is the last Halloween.
That's what you said last time.
For this year.
Yeah.
Wait, how many movies are in that universe?
I don't know.
Too many to the God, just kill this fucking guy already.
But then we won't hear dun 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 dun.
So Candyman or The Guilty?
Mm.
This one, I don't know. I'm just checking on to see what's new. The film takes place over the course of a single morning in a 911 dispatch call center. Call operator Joe Baylor, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, tries to save a caller in grave danger, but he soon discovers that nothing is as it seems and faces the truth is the only way out. Ethan Hawke's in it.
How's it there's no movies coming out?
Oh, Bill Burr's also in this.
Does he have a stand-up
I think this
segment?
might be one of those movies like Telephone where it's all voices only.
I guess we'll do Candyman, whatever.
David just wants to get out of a horror movie.
I said fine.
When's the last Duel come out?
Not yet.
Damn it.
It's next week?
Whatever, Candyman. Who cares?
It's fine. Or we should... yeah, it's fine. Okay, all right. Join us next week as we cover Candyman and our movie of the week. You can definitely check us out wherever you're getting your podcasts, available on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Also check us out on Twitch, stream Monday through Thursday at twitch.tv/Dose1/2 As always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And
guys, don't forget to tip your Reiki Masters. Stay safe out there. We will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.
bye.